Welcome to the Bogart Podcast, episode number 16. I'm Evan Bogart. With me today is my co-host David Parshall, coming all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. We got a show for you today, but call in 585-678-1660. That's 585-678-1660. Email us at thebogartpodcast@gmail.com. Check us out on all social medias. Facebook, The Bogart Podcast. You can check out my social media at Evan Bogart. I think it's 1080.
LineRider720 at AOL.com.
Yeah, that was it. So check that out and go to our
Do you have access to that?
No, I
Do you have access to
no,
that
I don't.
email anymore?
No. And check us out on YouTube, where you can watch and listen to the podcast at Beer Pirate Radio there. So, how was your week, my friend?
It was okay, but let's get back to LineRider720 at AOL.com.
Okay.
So you know when you're like online or whatever, and you like click on some website and you want to get more information and ask to put in your information?
Yeah, so...
And like an email address? I always do LineRider720 at AOL.com.
No, I haven't used that probably when it must have been my senior year in high school. I stopped using that email. I used it for the AIM, and I think I used that for something else too, the email.
You should see if you can log into it.
I don't even remember the password for it. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Yeah, me either.
What was your AIM name back in the day?
It was, I think, Zoso 1975, possibly.
Well, yeah. So, do you want to talk about your week?
You talk about your week first if you want.
Oh, well, I mean, nothing really happened to me this week. I got the job.
Great.
This is why we're recording this on a Sunday instead of a Monday, because Monday I go to bed early and I have to do a lot of stuff for the new job on Tuesday morning. So definitely excited about that. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about though is it's the drug test. It's not because I'm on all kinds of drugs. It's because I have a shy bladder. I have to prepare myself. Like, I have to wake up really early and chug a bunch of water, a lot of caffeine to make myself piss. Because if I don't do that, I have a shy bladder and I won't be able to pee. And then I have to do a fit test, which they just took. I think they just make sure that I'm okay to work.
What kind of fitness?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that they measure your breathing and stuff like that, I think. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, stuff like that. So I'm doing that on Tuesday morning, and then I start the new job on November 7th.
Oh, well, it's so far. That's not that far away.
No, it's not far away at all. It's coming right up. So
We're right at the end of October.
So now I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to have a steady income again, and I can afford some things. So I was thinking, and I told you this earlier in the week, is maybe renting an office space.
I don't think you should do it.
Well, think about it this way, right?
You can barely afford the place you live in now.
No, that's not true. That's
Yeah,
not
it is.
true.
You always complain about being broke.
Well, no, I don't complain about being broke.
No, you always complain about being broke.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways.
You know, once this podcast starts generating some income from, advertisers and merch sales, and, you make, like, I don't know, a couple grand a month off of the podcast, then yeah, maybe you look into renting an office space.
But think about it this way, because you said go to a podcast studio in the city.
No, I'm not saying you go to a podcast studio in the city. I'm saying open up a podcast studio.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Where your job would be, the producer or whatever is like, hey, we have this studio. All you schmucks out there, come and, you don't want to put a lot of money into podcasting. You want to give it a shot. Let us do all the work for you. And you just come and talk about whatever it is that you talk about. And, we 2-hour minimum, $50 an hour.
Yeah.
And then when you leave, you get a little zip drive with your show, or you can have us upload it for you.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I just, I don't know if I could deal with people not knowing how to podcast and basically doing it all for them. But, I mean, I guess you could say that I'm getting paid to do it. Mm-hmm. So, I guess I couldn't complain about that.
That's why I said, so, like, there's a place, I want to say it's Bushnell's Basin.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That I told you about. I think it's called Rock Vox or Vox Rock or something.
Yeah.
They're a podcast studio, right?
Yeah.
And, you go and pay them, like, I can't remember the exact price. It's on their website, which is cool because, you don't have to call them and talk to somebody. But, they got, like, a couple different studios, and they have all these different packages. And, they just sit back and collect that money. But I was saying you should, like, pretend that, you're looking to, get into podcasting, right? And then just, like, ask them all these questions, like, do you guys have, like, a big demand for this? Or, like, how many clients a month do you do? Because this is so new to me,
Yeah.
And then you can just get all their information and all that good stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that us having a studio, right? We can do anything we want. We could do different kind of things for the podcast. Like, let's say if we wanted to, I don't know, just do anything we want. And no one could tell us no or anything like that. I mean, if I did it at my house and we would have to get rid of everything inside that spare bedroom, but if we had the studio, it's already emptied, we can do whatever we want to it.
Just get a garden shed.
And just do it out in the garden shed?
Do it in your garden shed,
Buy
buy one from Lowe's or Home Depot. They deliver it, and you just get a couple blocks to set it so it's not going to get all flooded when the rain comes.
Mm-hmm.
And you just run some power out there.
Run a space heater.
Yeah.
For the winter time.
Put some insulation in there, then tacks up some drywall, and in the summer months put a hot tub in there.
Hot tub. Yeah, Laura showed me a while back a video of these girls that put a hot tub in their apartment, and the boyfriend comes home and is like, "What are you doing? You're going to flood everything below us." It was funny, but yeah. I don't know. It's only $150 a month for the office space. And it includes the water, the plumbing, the electricity. I don't know exactly what they covered, but...
all the utilities.
Yeah, all the utilities. And so... the only problem is I think if the one that I was looking at doesn't have a bathroom, I'm not 100% sure. It might have a bathroom outside of that room that we can use.
Like a shared bathroom type of thing.
Yeah. And so...
you should call that number and request with the dude to see all the spaces.
Well, there was this one that was $500.
Yeah,
and
it's like multiple rooms, which would be great if you started Beer Pirate Radio LLC, right?
Yeah, and started my own podcast business.
Have your own podcast studio and...
Yeah.
undercut the competition in town.
Yeah, I did the math. And so if I rented out that office space that I wanted, the $150 one, for a whole year's rent, it would be $1,800. It would be $1,800, and then the equipment for the podcast, the mixing board, the microphones, and the headphones, is another $1,200. And then
You're gonna need some kind of a recordational device.
well, the mixing board is kind of like the record.
It's
No.
not a recorder.
Well, I mean, maybe it's not a mixing board. It's like a.
I mean, it's a mixing board, yes, but it doesn't have a way to record onto it.
Yeah, it is because
I believe.
no, because the one you showed me has a little SD card, and all you do is you put it in the back of it and then press record, and it records everything, and it goes to the SD card. I looked it up. I did my research.
Did you? Okay.
Yes.
That's
So, and then the other thing too is you can hook up an external hard drive to it and record it there. So, and then I want to get a TV to put in the background so we could pull up clips and stuff like that and watch everything in that. I think with that though, I could probably buy one for about $100 on Craigslist, or not Craigslist, but Facebook Market.
You just bought a TV.
No, but I want to buy like
You
one.
take your 65-inch TV that you have right there that no one can see because they can't see me pointing to it, but it's right there. And then you take that into a new office, right? And then you just bring back the old projector.
No, that projector, it's on Facebook Market right now, but I made a really shitty description of it, and that's probably why it hasn't sold. So I fixed it. I looked it up on Amazon and made the description.
Just sell it on Amazon.
I don't know how to sell on Amazon.
Just Google how to sell on Amazon, and then I'm sure it's not that hard.
Yeah. But I sold everything else. I sold the projector screen. I sold the sound bar for it. And yeah.
Should have kept the sound bar for your TV.
This TV has pretty good sound. I didn't really like the sound bar that I had, so I just sold it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
yeah, people, this is called engaging the audience. Let us know down in the comments below if Evan should get an office space.
Yeah, let us know. Email the show, the Bogart Podcast at gmail.com.
Let us know in the comments or text right now live.
I told everyone to start texting at 8:50, and it's now 8:40. So we might have to wait another 10 minutes before we get any kind of text, if anyone will text. So
yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, I would have to get some kind of camera put into the office space too, because
for security purposes.
Yeah, for security purposes.
Protect yourself and others, or for live streaming your podcasts.
No, it would be just for security. It would be like a Ring stand-up cam or whatever it's called. Mm-hmm. I would have to put it in there. And then the other thing too is that we would have to get internet for the office space. That's another, I think, like $40-something a month for Spectrum internet.
Just try to do one of those 5G hotspots.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't even. Well, you know what? I've heard a lot of people don't like using those.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just get internet for the office space, and then yeah.
If you need to furnish it with big comfy chairs, a table that can fit 4 big comfy chairs and all the boom stands and whatnots, and you're gonna have a break room. And I was thinking about it, if you did the Bogart Beer Pirate Radio LLC, you could have like a little section with vending machines.
Vending machines?
And then, to your vending machine side hustle.
Fill it with liquid death.
Yeah. Yo, Liquid Death sponsor us. We're minorities.
Yeah. So, but I've been thinking about it, and I would really like to do it. And then, what brings me to my next thing I want to talk about. I've been looking at electric bikes. Because if we did get the office space, maybe I could just cruise down to the office space on an electric bike. And, before we record a podcast, just zoom down there with my electric bike. And
do you know where that location is?
It's off of Main Street in Victor, New York. So it's in, I think, an office building.
Yeah, I tried Googling, like, from the ad of, like, what do they call it? Like, Cedar something, another something. And I'm like, Google it, like, the exact thing from the listing, and nothing, like, pops up. But, on the map, it looks like it's, like, closer to, like, downtown Victor.
Yeah. So, I only live about 11 miles away from I live in Bloomfield, New York. It's Victor, New York is about 11 minutes away from where I live. And so, I looked at
it wouldn't be that bad of a bike ride.
No, and especially if I had a electric bike too. So if
what kind of electric bikes are you looking at? I like the idea of them. I think they're neat. I would just love to see one that can go, like 50 miles on a single charge, right?
Yeah.
And like no more than 25 miles an hour, because I feel like 30 miles an hour on a bicycle is just like way too fast.
Yeah, that's true.
I see some others get like all these different like modes. Like they got the sport mode and the high speed mode and the fun mode. It's like, why do I need a high speed mode when it gets like you can get like 20 miles and up to 30 miles an hour?
Yeah. The one I looked at, the top speed is 32 miles an hour on the if you use the electric motor. Mm-hmm. And I looked at another one. There's difference between electric bike and electric mini bike.
Yeah.
And the electric mini bike, I saw one. It doesn't have any like pedals, so you can like if you wanted to not use the electric motor, you can just pedal. But the Razor has one now. It is a electric mini bike, and it looks like a old school mini bike. But that only goes up 15 miles an hour.
Well, cut that one out. I would say look for one of those cool fat-tired electric bicycles. Do your research. Take out a small loan because it's like, a car payment.
For what one?
Electric bicycles. They're so expensive.
Yeah. The one I looked at had a 2-year battery warranty. Mm-hmm. So the battery, if you keep charging it and it loses its charge over time, it has a 2-year battery replacement, which isn't that bad, I think. So,
what bike? Do you remember any of the brands that you're looking at?
No. I just saw the one. Hold on. I'll pull it up here in just a second. Okay, so the one I want is $1,300.
What's it called?
Run Deer 750W folding electric bike.
Oh, I wouldn't do a folding one.
No folding?
In my opinion. Not unless you're going to pack it up in the car that you don't have.
Yeah. And then there's another one.
There's so many like brands out there.
Yeah.
You see them all the time.
Yeah. But there's another one called the Tot Guard. It's an electric bike that goes up to 21 miles an hour, and that's $700 for that one. And it doesn't fold.
How far does that one go?
I do not know.
So
and it has a 1 year. It has a 1 year.
Warranty.
Yeah, for parts. And the max speed is 21 miles an hour. 5-hour charging time. That's kind of a long time to charge an electric bike, don't you think? Maybe not. I don't know. 5 hours, though. Holy smokes. It is 30 to 35 miles per charge. So that's not really that bad. Yeah, so I've been looking at that one. The Top Guard electric bike for adults. Removable aluminum or lithium battery.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. It has a light on it, so.
Yeah, get one that's got, backup light or the rear light, a front headlight.
Well, I think if I was going to...
GPS, up to 50 miles, like a 1,000-watt motor, and yeah.
But, so, yeah, I was thinking about getting that. If I was going to ride it during the night, I'd probably wear a reflective vest.
Yeah.
And
get one of those cool helmets that have the headlights on it, too.
Just the vest. The vest, and, well, I'd wear a helmet because if I'm going that fast, I'm not going to fucking eat shit and die because my head splattered on the concrete.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah, so look into electric bike once I get some income going in.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below some good electric bike companies.
Yeah.
Preferably American made.
And then they have these like mini electric bikes that go for like $400.
I think you're too big for those.
Yeah, I think they're more for kids. They're like mini bikes. So, Bar Rescue.
I love that show.
The show on Paramount Network. These people ask for help, right? But if I owned a bar, right? And let's say I was losing a massive amount of money, wouldn't it just be the smart idea to close shop?
Well, they don't want to close. They want to turn it around and bring it back to whatever it was in its glory days.
But
because they suck as entrepreneurs and business runners or business owners, and they go to the expert, Mr. John Taffer, and his crew, to turn the bar around with proper training and a decor update, and then bada bing, bada boom, they're making money again.
Yeah, but think about it this way: if you did get help, right, and things were looking good, but then they shit the bed again. Is he going to come back and help him again?
Depends. There's been a couple episodes. Maybe, I don't know how many times I've seen it. I feel like I've seen every episode in the past year. But there was a dude who had a bar in California who, he was on the show. And then, he let it slip. And then he was on the show again. With that same business. So.
If I was John Tapper, is that his name, right?
Taffer?
John Taffer? Mm-hmm. If I was John Taffer, why the hell would I go back unless I was going to get a percentage of what they made? Like, I wouldn't go back. If they fail, they fail. I'm sorry. I mean, I helped you out, and
maybe he does. Or he doesn't want to see, people lose everything. But yeah, great show. I love it. It's so fake, but I love it.
What do you mean fake by that?
It's just so fake,
Do you think they're real businesses?
Oh, I'm sure they're real businesses, but it's just so fake.
Yeah, it's fake reality.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of it that way. Fake reality. But, yep, so, because I was thinking, I'm like, he must, if it is real, he must have to get some kind of percentage out of it. Like, let's say he comes in and spends his own money.
Well, he doesn't spend his money, I'm sure. It's somebody's money.
Yeah. I don't know.
Paramount networks money.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think it's just silly that like these people are like, oh, we're in the hole for $1 million. Well, then close shop.
No way.
Why
They don't
would
wanna
you?
close?
Why would you?
So they can be on the streets? No way. But it's just so funny, like like the beginning of the thing. It's like, you know, yeah, the bar is doing its thing, and they're just like sucking. So the manager is like, oh, I need help, and he just takes out their phone and just dials, right, to get help. It's like, this is so fake, but yeah, I can't stop watching.
Mm-hmm.
And like they've like changed the way that they do their stakeouts and all that stuff throughout the years of the show, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I was thinking about that the other day about this whole bar rescue thing. Is just if I owned a business and it was in the hole, I think anything above $100,000, close shop. Not worth getting into more debt. So, all right. Let me check the emails real quick to see
we
if.
got any emails?
Well, no, we didn't get any emails.
No emails this week.
But I'm checking my the Bogart Podcast at gmail.com to see anyone texting. No one's texting.
Oh, come on, people. You can't hear this because we're not doing it live.
No, we're not doing it live. There's another podcast in Rochester called the M-Bomb Effect, and I think what they're doing is amazing. Like their whole setup and everything, pretty fucking cool. I watched about maybe half their show the other day, and I think what they're doing is amazing. I wish
Shout out to the M-Bomb Effect.
It was pretty cool setup. I was jealous, and I get jealous a lot. So,
well, you shouldn't get jealous.
Well, I guess it wasn't jealous. It's cool. It was really cool.
What's so cool about it?
Well, they're live streaming, first of all.
Oh,
I don't know how to do that. I don't even know where to start.
Google it.
Yeah, I had to.
It's like I feel like you don't know that Google exists. Whenever you have this question, just Google it. GTS it. It's like, hey, how do I live stream my podcast?
It was funny today.
Blah 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 blah.
It was funny today. We were cooking rice because we were having chicken tikka masala, and Laura had.
It's not tiki masala. It's tikka masala.
Oh, tikka masala. My bad. We were having tikka masala, and I was cooking rice, but I didn't really know how to cook rice. So
it's real simple. You just, either there's I think it's you can use a rice cooker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just do it on the stovetop. We make a lot of sushi rice.
Yeah.
And a lot of jasmine rice. And I can't remember if we bring water and rice to a boil and then let it simmer for 20 minutes after you cover it, or if you bring water to a boil, add the rice, bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer for 20 minutes. But yeah, it's simple, Evan.
Yeah, well, I mean, and then Laura came in, and then we argued about how to cook rice, and then Laura was right, I was wrong.
Because you suck.
Yeah, and then I YouTubed it, and she was right, and I was wrong, so I had to apologize to her. I want to get into live streaming, but I gotta get first the equipment, so that's kind of in the price range of the studio and the podcasting equipment.
You made a spreadsheet of
I did on my phone. I made it.
This is all going to cost you.
Well, this is just a rough draft, but it was $32.50. It's going to be cost to get everything.
Now, are you looking are you doing the Roadcast podcast set thing?
Yep.
Okay, it's just you can find those cheaper than what they go for retail used. I think the cheapest that I've seen is like $350.
For a used one?
Yeah. So I would go that route and like just try to find all this like the package that you want, and then try to find all that stuff used, so you're saving yourself some money.
Yeah. So hopefully I can maybe go on eBay or something like that and get some kind of setup for a little bit cheaper than what
I would look at the Guitar Center's used stuff, and also Reverb for their used stuff, because a lot of the stuff's used on there.
Now, the only thing about buying something that's used instead of new is that there's might be a warranty if you buy it new. And so I kind of want that warranty, because if something happens to it, I can always bring it back and get it replaced. But if I buy something that's used, I have no warranty, and it would shit the bed, and then I would be fucked.
Well, I want to say with Guitar Center, you can, I think with their used stuff, you can add a warranty, like from the store, right?
Yeah.
But I always decline that whenever I buy something.
Maybe I'll look into it. Yeah. I don't know. But, so, we'll see, because it all depends on if you come back to New York or not.
Yeah.
So.
Let us know in the comments below if we should move back.
Yeah. So, hopefully you do, because that'd be awesome. All right, so they have over in Europe.
Oh, Europe.
Europe, they have a 3D printed steak. That a steak, like the meat.
Okay.
They have a 3D printed steak that is made from plant-based materials. And I think that is the most disgustingest thing I could think of. I mean, if I was vegan or something like that, that'd be cool. But I think I think it would be gross. What is it? You would think it would be
plant-based something.
Yeah.
That's funny about the vegan stuff. They always try to make everything taste like meat.
Mm-hmm.
Like tofu, they always try to get it to taste like chicken or bacon or turkey or whatever.
Yeah.
When we were kids, the first time I had tofu was at a Met's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I never had tofu.
It was disgusting.
A Met, if you didn't listen to the last podcast...
I never reached out to them this week.
No, I know. But if you were listening to last week's episode, I was talking shit about a Met. And, I got a little heated. And, I don't know. It's just... what he's doing is not making me happy. So, but anyways, Ahmet Dadali is a pro skier, and he was raised Muslim, and so we would go over there and have Turkish treats and stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever had tofu. Maybe I did, but didn't know. But yeah, so the 3D printed steaks, it was just like it is a big machine. And they would print out these logs. Logs of, like, this plant-based meat. And they would just chop them up. And they can control what the steaks look like and all that. And, oof, I don't know.
So you haven't had the Impossible Whopper or Impossible anything? Or
No, I haven't.
Either.
I kind of stopped eating fast food burgers after eating it for...
27 years.
Well, I ate it every day when I was working at Burger King as a manager. I was like every meal we would have $5 credit, and we can get whatever we want on the menu. So,
did you have like a like I don't want to call it a secret menu, right? But is there like a thing that is like not on the menu that you would eat, that you would like concoct? Like you were at Burger King, so you'd have 2 all beef patties, special sauce on a sesame seed bun, and lettuce, special sauce, and a third bun in the middle, and have a Burger King Big Mac.
Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of things. Stuff that, like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just we made weird things.
So what was your favorite thing at Burger King to eat?
What was it called? No, that's Wendy's. What was that? Fuck. I don't remember. It's going to bug me now because it was like the Baconator from Wendy's, but it was the Burger King. I forgot what it was called, though. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was like the Baconator, but it had like this, like, it was like McDonald's Big Mac sauce, and they had patties and bacon, like a shitload of bacon. And I used to get that a lot. And then when I tried to gain weight during that time, I would get the triple Whopper, and I would eat those like every day. And then, but my body type I wouldn't gain weight. I don't know.
You got that high metabolism.
Yeah.
You're old, and you don't have that high metabolism. You just look at a cheeseburger and you gain 50 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, I've gained, since 2015, I've gained, I think, the heaviest I was 220. But then, I mean, for you it's nothing, but for me, I was only like 140 back in the day.
That's what we call malnourished.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was a skinny little guy, and yeah. And I had a full set of hair, too. But now I'm bald and fat. So. But we did all kinds of things at Burger King, like food-wise. French fries, onion rings. I mean, you don't like onion rings?
No.
I love onion rings.
I hate onions. Oh, what are you drinking tonight?
Kickstarter, Mountain Dew.
At this late at night?
Well, Laura doesn't have to work tomorrow, and I don't have a job right now, so we're just...
But you're, still getting paid from your previous job, right?
Yeah. So
you're just in between jobs.
In between jobs, that's what you're...
So you're staying up late tonight?
Yeah, I mean... I'm probably not going to do anything tomorrow besides rake leaves and clean behind the washer and dryer. I always say that, and I always forget about it. It'll be like, I'll say it the day before, and then the next night I'll be like, I thought I had to do something. I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot to clean behind the washer and dryer. I wanted to talk about wedding photos on social media.
You said wedding photos?
Wedding photos.
On social media?
So...
Why are you trying to get into the wedding season, in the wedding spirit, and ask your old lady to be your old lady?
No, it's just, there's people on the internet, right, that post their wedding pictures like every other month. They'll post wedding...
This is the same people posting their photos over and over and over again?
Yes.
Or just like all your Instagram friends and your MySpace friends and your Plenty of Fish friends are all getting hitched and they're just posting all their photos.
No, they had a wedding, they post photos, and then like probably 2 weeks later they'll post photos of that wedding. And then they'll post another 2 weeks, they'll post another. It's like, dude, we get that you got married. We don't need to see wedding photos every other week.
They're just doing it to make themselves feel better because they're, fishing for likes.
Yeah, it's just...
look how great I am.
I understand it's the best moment of your life, right? But it's just...
You don't understand. You were never married.
I know I'm never married. But I'm just saying though, is that like
You're just sick of seeing these people's wedding photos.
yeah, it just seems like every other week they
Who
post.
is it?
There's this girl. Okay, so there's a girl that I don't think you'll know, but Floribama Shore.
I don't know what that is.
It's like the Jersey Shore, but
I
like
mean, I
down.
know where the Florida-Bama shore is.
Yeah, but
The Florida-Bama line. But are you friends with this person, or is it a TV show?
it's a TV show. But I'm a friend, or I'm not. I'm following one of the people from Floribama Shore, Nelsa.
That's
her
what
name.
that is.
Yeah, it's a girl on the show, but every other week she posts like photo bombs her wedding, and it's just so annoying because I had to stop following her because it's like, we get it, you got married, that's great, but if you post your wedding video and wedding photos all the time, it just gets annoying.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if our wedding photos are on the internet. We don't even have a copy of our wedding photos. We had one of our friends. She's a photographer, like a freelance self-taught photographer. She did our wedding photos, and we never bought them.
What do you mean you never bought them? She took the photos and then has them in a vault?
So like, see, I don't know, uses some website where you purchase them. I know, like, Jess's grandmother bought a set of the photos, but yeah, we don't have our wedding photos.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I want to do down the road. I want to get a professional photographer to take pictures of me, Laura, and the 2 dogs.
Oh God, the 2 dogs. You're one of those kind of people, huh?
Yeah, we're those kind of people. But I want to get like professional photos done of that. But I'm not gonna every other week post photos of it. I'm gonna
You're
probably
just gonna dump them all one time.
one time. If you want to see them again, scroll down.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to post every other week that you got married. Or not married, but got these photos done.
Yeah.
So.
I know when the missus and I renew our wedding vows, so I originally wanted to have a winter wedding in the mountains.
That'd be cool.
But we didn't end up doing that. We had a spring wedding in the swamp of Mississippi. But when we renew our vows, we're gonna have it in the winter time and in the mountains. And if it's like, all of our close friends and relatives again, if they come, or if it's just, us, like, it would be great. What we should have done is had a bunch of disposable cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let people do what they want with them, because that'd be fun. At one of our friends' wedding, we set up like a photo booth, in quotations, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my wife, she is a professional photographer. Not really much anymore, but she used to be a professional. She worked for a place and they paid her money to take photos. So that's why I say she's a professional and she knows what she's doing. But she did our friend Kate and Tim's wedding. And so a bunch of years ago I bought her a Kodak. Is it a Kodak or a Polaroid?
Yeah, Polaroid disposable, or not disposable, but
one of those, the new Polaroids.
Yeah.
Right, that are like the size, even though you can't see.
Yeah.
The viewers can't see, but and it takes like 10 little prints, right? And so we had all the papers out and set up in this area, and people could just photo booth for the wedding and all that stuff, and so that was fun.
Yeah, my aunt had disposable cameras at her wedding, and I think my brother did too at his wedding. They had disposable cameras. But you know what? There's going to be that one dick that takes a picture of his penis and then fucking ruin the whole pictures.
Yeah. I know a business idea that I wanted to do a bunch of years ago was get an old Volkswagen van and turn that into a photo bus,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you you get like an iPad or whatever, and you build a thing around it, like
Mm-hmm.
a container thingy around it, and then you have all props in the back, and then people just sit in the seats, and then a little clicker thing, and then boom, photo bus. It'd be a big hit.
Hmm.
But yeah, I never did that. It's got all these great business ideas. I never, uh, you know, um, do like a vending machine business or a photo booth or a pizza truck out of an old mail truck.
Hmm.
Maybe one day.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and then that's all I had to talk about. You got anything you want to talk about?
Oh, let's see. Where did we leave off? We went to our old neighbor when we were living on base. The husband, who is also in the military, he was selected for the chief petty officer thing, and so we went to his little party that he had the other day, and yeah, that was all right.
Didn't you say something about a chef, or is he a?
He's a chief.
Oh, maybe that was it. I might have read it as a chef, but
Yeah, that's because you can't read.
yeah, I can't. So
All right, let me see. Let me pull up my notes. All right. So you know how the Queen recently passed away, right?
yeah.
And before she passed away, the Prime Minister resigned, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they appointed a new Prime Minister, and then the Queen died, and then now there's the new King. Well, the new Prime Minister, Liz Truss is her name, she recently resigned.
Was there a reason why?
I don't know. I'm sure there is.
Oh.
I wish our president would resign.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of Biden back in the day, but then
All right. That's all we have for today, folks. We'll see you next week.
no, I mean, everyone had high hopes for this president, but then he kind of went like downhill.
Dude, this guy hasn't done anything in his life. He's a joke. He's a joke.
Or well,
He's a senile old fart. He has no idea what's going on, and he's just destroyed this country. And you know what? If you don't ever want to do anything in your life, get into politics and just screw over the American people
yeah.
for 50 plus years and just reap the rewards. I mean, it's like that's the perfect job. You don't have to do anything. Did you ever watch the TV show Shameless?
Yes.
So that one season when they're trying to get this guy elected for something.
Oh, yeah, and he was
racist guy, and he's like, and they're like, "Are you gonna?" I can't remember exactly how it went, but Frank went to his house. He's like, "I'm not doing anything. I'm elected," or something. I can't remember exactly what he said, but that's exactly how politicians are.
Yeah.
Next time we get a new government.
New government.
Yeah.
Anarchy.
Yeah. Well, that's against the government, but yeah, anarchy.
Anarchy.
Mutiny.
But
Yeah.
But
So yeah, I wish our president would resign. He's a joke.
yeah. And then now Trump is getting in trouble for that whole.
When isn't he in trouble?
Yeah.
They have nothing better to do than just try to blame the guy. It's like, get over it. Just get over it already.
Yeah,
He's not in office. Just get over it.
Well, they're holding him accountable for the riot that happened in the Capitol building.
Oh, please. God.
I mean, I don't really care who's the president. I mean, because I'm going to get fucked either way or another, so.
Yeah. And speaking of getting fucked, right? So you know how the president is doing the whole student loan forgiveness thing.
Yeah.
So like, I don't have any student debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, I have student debt, and I have to pay for all these little dickhead kids who don't want to pay their loans. Like, oh, I can't find a job in my basket weaving degree, so I need to, have my loans
Why are you
forgiven.
crawling? We're not recording.
Well, I don't know.
We're recording, but I'm not,
We're not
video.
recording video. Oh my
Trying to
god.
get off the couch so Lucy wouldn't get up, so I ended up.
Oh, okay. Never mind. But anyways, yeah. So I mean,
I'm pretending to be a cat.
you pretending to be a cat. Yeah. So I mean, like,
It just, it really grinds my gears. You know?
yeah. But I mean,
why do I have to pay? All these people's student loans.
yeah.
Just fuck Joe Biden. Fuck Donald Trump. And fuck Joe Biden.
Who do you think would be a perfect president?
Neither of them.
Well, yeah, neither of them wouldn't be a good president.
Who would be a perfect president? Someone who, all right, here's, back in the 90s on a Simpsons episode, those aliens?
Yep.
So I can't remember exactly what the whole thing was, but like, they're like, abortions for everyone, and they're like, boo! And they're like, abortions for no one, and they're like, boo! And then it's like, okay, abortions for some, yeah! And so, like, abortions for some, American flags for everyone.
Yeah.
And, I just, taxation is stuff. If I want to have guns, I should be able to have them. Taxation is stuff. If, I mean, the abortion whole thing, that's a touchy subject. I'm not a lady.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to get into that
I don't
because
really have an opinion to that.
Yeah.
It's a tough situation. So yeah, abortions for some, American flags for everyone. If you want to have a gun, sure, have a gun. Should there be background checks? Yeah, absolutely. All these pussies out here that think they need to ban assault rifles, which I hate that term, assault rifle, because AR doesn't stand for assault rifle. It stands for Armalite. Right, so you got the AR-15. That's the Armalite 15, the 15th version of the Armalite rifle. And yeah, it's just fuck Joe Biden, fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah. But
Horses for some, American flags for everyone. Okay, so here's another.
Wait, hold on one second.
I got written down.
Wait
Okay,
one
what's
second.
up?
So, have you seen? I've seen the Orbeez guns that shoot the
those
little
yeah.
that shoot the water thing.
Uh-huh.
They make some of the most craziest Orbeez guns. They make like these automatic things, and there's these two kids were shooting civilians and got arrested for it.
Oh yeah.
They got arrested, and now they're criminally charged. I don't remember what the charges were, but they're criminally charged now for shooting people with Orbeez pellets. It's crazy.
It looks fun.
But all right, what do you got?
So the band Greta Van Fleet?
Nope.
No, you never heard of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, they're Led Zeppelin ripoffs, right?
Yeah.
There's like these little, I don't know exactly how old they are now, but when they first came onto the scene, they were these little high school kids from Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, they're pretty good, right? And I fucking hate the way that they dress and look, they just look so stupid. And you could Google them right now.
Oh no, I'm not gonna Google. I'm just seeing if anyone texted. But now, are they dressed?
No one ever text.
Are they dressed like basically Led Zeppelin?
Yeah, sort of. I guess. I mean, like the lead singer just. Okay, you never have been around when I do karaoke, right?
Yeah.
But I just scream,
Mm-hmm.
when I do not like heavy metal screaming or anything, just obnoxious screaming, I don't know how to describe it. there's like a falsetto voice, there's a chest voice, and then there's like a head voice, right? I tend to do the head voice so I can get like a really high register of singing.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I'm like talking about like like, I mean, I'm not gonna do it because we got the kid trying to sleep. We're in the other room, but for all you loyal listeners out there, just Google it. But yeah, I hate this band so much, and the kid is just like screaming in like the head voice, and he's just dressed so stupid. And right now he's got like, I think like 3 of the members are brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two of those dudes are twins, but the other kid who's not a twin, that's a brother, looks more like twins than the actual twins. Confusing, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit, but I mean,
It's just everything that they do. I was like, God, just stop already. But they just look so dumb. And like the singer, he's got like this little shitty little French mustache, and he's got like super curly hair, and it's like a fro, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got like a mullet fro.
oh
It's
man,
so stupid looking.
oh.
Oh God, I hate this generation of kids.
We watch a show called Seven Little Johnsons.
Mm-hmm.
It's about this family of small people that live.
Midgets, right? Midgets. Are they
Well,
midgets?
you
Are they
can't
dwarf? Are they-
you
are they
can't
elves?
you can't say the M word.
Vertically challenged.
Yes, you can say that, but you can't say
midget.
you can't say that. So
Why?
it's little people.
Little people.
The
Hobbits. Dwarfs.
you can't say that either.
Elf. Well, technically they are dwarfs, right?
Yeah, they're
Got the
dwarfs.
dwarfism.
Actually, you can use the word dwarf. You can't use the M word, and you can't
The M word. Say it. I want to hear you say it.
midget. You can't
You
use the
racist
word.
bastard.
But anyways, it's like a family of these small people, and Jonah, one of the sons, had Jerry curls. And they shaved the side of his head, right? So it's like a fade, but then on top is Jerry curls, and it just looks so goofy. It's like the goofiest thing, but yeah.
So you know Wee Man, right?
Yeah.
So there's this dude who is in reserves. Who currently he's forward deployed somewhere. I don't know where he's at, but he looks like Wee Man.
Really?
Yeah, like he looks like a giant midget.
That's crazy.
He's not a midget, but like
He looks.
he looks like Wee Man. Just picture Wee Man.
Mhm.
Like, he's got that weird shaped head and all that stuff.
Mhm.
He looks like that, but like a full size human. It's so weird.
Wow. That's crazy.
He has like, it's so weird. It's so weird.
But
It's funny though,
yeah.
because he's got like these little people. They got like the big butts, right?
Yeah.
And like he's got like all the appointments or accoutrements of a midget, but like a full size person.
Yeah.
And he's got like the weird head and stuff.
I think Wee Man owns a chain of fast food restaurants called
Chronic taco.
Krana Taco. Yeah.
Not chronic, like the marijuana stuff.
Yeah, Chronic, or whatever. But anyways, he owns a bunch of fast food chains with the taco business. I think that's a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was doing Jackass the movies and got paid a shitload of money, I'd invest that money for sure. Which some of them did it out of the Jackass crew, but some of them have drug problems and shit like that. So
As Bam gets older, he's starting to look more like Don Vito.
yeah, he has that
He's got that lazy eye.
yeah, and he has that Margera fatness. The big, all of his uncles and all that, they're huge guys, and he's starting to look like it. And well, I mean, he was hooked on drugs for years, and then now I think he's now clean and sober now because he had to do a 5150, or he had a 5150 done on him, and so they locked him into a rehab center, and he had to stay there. He couldn't voluntarily leave. He was forced there by law. So, but now I think he's sober and clean now. And because I watched an interview with Steve-O does a podcast called The Wild Ride, I think it's called.
Who doesn't do a podcast?
Yeah.
Days, am I right?
Yeah. But I was watching it, and he was talking about how he has a new group of friends that are sober, and that's all he has. He got rid of all his other friends that were drinkers and drug users, and just surrounded himself with sober people, which is a smart idea because you man, one slip and you can be down the wrong path. So I would, sober friends.
Speaking of sober, how's your sober October going?
It's going good, man. You know what? It's really weird. Last week I was wanting a drink real bad.
For a fix?
Yeah, I was jonesing for a beer. But you know what? This week I've not had the urge to have one. So I mean, there's some times where it's like, it'd be nice to sip on something, but
do you ever have shower beers?
Yes, I actually had.
Well, you never really worked like a super hard physical labor job before,
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, when's the last time you did a physical job?
Not in a while, but I mean,
never, ever. You've never had a physical job.
But listen to this. When
I
I was
out in the middle of the summer, busting your ass doing.
That's not true.
Physical labor.
That's not true. Because when I was in 7th and 8th grade, my dad used to take us to his job and move furniture in the summertime. And
so what'd you have? You had a shower chocolate milk?
No. Yes, but you were saying I never had a rough job. I did. I've had rough jobs. But yeah, I was thinking about this the other day. When I was in 7th and 8th grade, I used to work with my dad in the moving company, and he would pay.
2 guys in a truck, in case you guys were wondering.
Yeah, it was an 18-wheeler. No, it was a crew of 5 people, me, my brother, and 3 other people, and he would pay us $100 a day to move furniture.
That's not bad.
Back in 7th and 8th grade. So when I got ready for school, I was loaded with the dough. And my dad's like...
Loaded with the dough.
So, yeah. I used to have, like, the CD players and the cool shit back then, like the MP3 players and stuff like that other kids didn't have, so... And they thought our family was rich. No, I had to earn that fucking money.
Yeah. It was like... like my senior year, every summer I would work with my stepdad. And then, like my senior year, I got a job at the grocery store. I'd make like $250 a week. And that was awesome.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was, I mean, the very first job I've ever had that I went out and applied for, it wasn't, not working with my dad and all that, was the Inn on the Lake in Canandaigua. And I applied to be a, housekeeper. But they didn't have guy housekeepers. So
That's sexist.
It is kind of sexist back then, I guess. But they decided to give me a job as a houseman. And
that's a male housekeeper.
What they did was they would grab the soiled sheets and the trash, and we would help the housekeepers once in a while too, go in, help them change a bed. And I applied for the job, I got it, and that's how I met Laura back then. And yeah, so that's how I met Laura, and that's my very first job that I applied for. My dad found it in the newspaper. He was like, he's like, yeah, you should go and apply because she saw it in the newspaper, and I did. So
Awesome. So, you sure October's going good?
yeah, it's going good. I
Are you gonna continue it into No Drink November?
no.
No, you're just gonna. November 1st, crack open a cold one first thing in the morning.
Well, Laura told me not to get super drunk on the 31st on Halloween because
Why?
1st is our anniversary. So she doesn't want me super drunk and hungover
where are
on
you
my.
guys going?
I don't know yet. I don't know where we're going.
You should surprise her with something nice.
I would like to go to Dinosaur Barbecue again.
That's not nice.
What
I mean, I'm talking about like a fancy place.
No, I don't do
You know,
fancy places.
Dress up.
Nope.
Yeah, do it. Treat her like the lady that she is.
We don't.
Not like a barbecue slob that you are.
No, I don't do fancy restaurants. Last time I had a fancy restaurant I went to, it was back in the day. I was dating one girl and she bought these Groupon coupons, and there was for this fancy restaurant, and we went, and the food was good. It was really good, but I felt uncomfortable the whole time. And I had a Blue Moon beer.
Oh, fancy.
I think I paid $9 for it at the bar. And I was like, I could buy a whole 6-pack plus a tall boy for that same amount of money. So
Speaking of tall boys, I went to the grocery store the other day.
mm-hmm.
They restocked the Labatt Blue tall boys. The
Did they?
12 ounce
Did they?
behemoths. They only restocked with 2 of them.
Oh man.
But I got a very, very rare beer. Sam Adams in a can. Or not Sam Adams in a can. Sam Adams Oktoberfest in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time I had one of those was when we went to that park that one time. I can't remember what park, but it was me, Nathan, and you. And I was boozing it. And then, and that was during the time I was on benzoids and drinking, and you basically took me home and you were pissed at me. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so like at the chief party that we went to, like, oh, you want this? Like we you know they told us it was like a BYO drink, bring your own drinks and stuff. So, you know, got a case of liquid death. And I got a 12-pack of the Sam Adams Oktoberfest in a can, and only brought a couple of them, and a couple of the liquid deaths. The Buried Alive one, which is pretty good, probably their best flavor. And I was like, hey, you want a beer? I was like, oh, no thanks. I brought my own. It's like, it's Sam Adams Oktoberfest. I'm like, that's exactly what I brought, but they had the bottles. I'm like, yeah, we've got the cans, but, you know. But then I was talking to the dude's brother about Sam Adams, because he's, what is it? I can't remember exactly what it was. I thought it was a chocolate bock that they would release in the wintertime. They would, like, do it as like a 6-pack, maybe my cousin would remember better than I, but it's so good. It's like, I think it's a chocolate bock aged on a bed of cocoa nibs, and it was like a seasonal release, and then they would only release it in the winter pack, and then I'm pretty sure that they don't even release it anymore, but that was so good. Because I was telling him, like, yeah, you know, Sam Adams Oktoberfest is my favorite beer. And the dude's like, oh, that's my least favorite that they have.
Yeah.
No, when I say my favorite beer, it's my favorite Samuel Adams beer.
Yeah.
But they were like, I think, like, the dude's brother and his mom live in New Hampshire, like, close to Massachusetts, Boston. So they're like, us telling the other people how, you know, this is a very rare thing because, you know, Mr. Jim Cook doesn't like to do beers in a can. Did you know that? He doesn't like his stuff in a can. He prefers it in a bottle.
Yeah.
But I prefer it in a can.
Yeah. Me and Laura actually went to the Sam Adams brewery in Boston.
And you loved it? Or was it too expensive for you?
No, it was we went and they gave us a label for a beer, right? And it was kind of like a ticket. And then they showed us the aged beer. And then we went into a tasting room and they taught us about beer, and then they gave us samples of all types of beer. And then there was a restaurant right next to the brewery that if you order a Sam Adams, they'll give you a free pint glass, like the one that's made perfectly for beer, that the owner of Sam Adams invented to make the beer taste better.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
So we have those. But yeah, I love Boston.
You should move there.
If it wasn't so goddamn expensive to live there, I'd be in a heartbeat live there.
Just live in, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Do it.
But
yeah, you guys should go to the Genesee Brew House.
Maybe we'll do that for our anniversary.
Restaurant. It's so awesome.
Is it?
Yeah. I just love all the merch that they have in like the bottom floor. It's like you walk in, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the merch room.
Uh-huh.
And then there's like a bar in the back. And then upstairs is a restaurant where they got these buffalo chicken pierogies.
Yeah.
They're delish.
Huh.
Delish.
That's crazy. All right. I think we're going to end the show today. But thank you for listening to us ramble on. Let me do that again.
All right, people. That's the end of the show. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Sunday evening. Don't forget to call and text into the show. 585 blah, 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 blah. You know the email address.
All right.
And,
Well,
Evan, how much stick do you suck?
I don't suck any.
I remember I was like, I haven't done that in a few episodes.
Yeah, you told me not to, or we were talking about if we were going to go do this on the radio, like we would have to clean up our act and not swear and shit like that. But
shit, balls, damn, poop.
Dude, yeah, I don't think I can ever do that. I would have to use the dump button each time because if I swore, it would just be all over. So, but thank you for joining us this week at the Bogart Podcast. Call into the show next week. 585-67.
Part.
Yeah, but you didn't even know the number. 585-678-1660. Email the show at thebogartpodcast@gmail.com. Oh, one thing. This week only, I'm doing a promo week where I'm giving away 2 stickers, 2 decals for only $1.
Whoa. Jump on it, people.
Go to the website and go to the website and you will see how to get your stickers there at thebogartpodcast.com/merch. And yeah, so this week only, 2 stickers, 2 decals for $1. That's right. So until next week, we'll see you on the other side. This has been a Beer Pirate Radio production.